Snow is falling on the city street, a quiet hush, a frozen beat. December air is sharp and cold, a story waiting to be told. We gather round a fading light, seeking truth to make things right. Every shore, we're knocking on justice's door. Oh, we the people hear a call, for freedom we stand tall. The sweetest night, our voices raise for justice in these coming days. Let truth like a river flow. Some promises were left to break, for every dreamer wide awake. But in the cold a fire burns, a lesson that the heart learns. From every valley, every door, we're asking, what are we fighting for? Oh, we the people hear the call, every voice stands now in this race for justice and freedom. From every valley, every door, we're asking, what are we fighting for? Oh, we the people hear the call, every voice stands now in this race for justice and the flow. For the silence and the lost, we remember the cost. For the future we must build a promise to be fulfilled. Seeking justice, let truth flow. We the people, let it snow, let justice grow.
Brian has been essentially convicted in the media. He has a right to have this information withheld, brought out in public, so that people can see it's not this neat little package. So people can start to wonder if Brian's innocent. Your Honor, Brian is innocent. So if I talk about things that are in the affidavit, and if I talk about things that we're seeking that the state wants to hide, I think that's fair game for the public to hear.
Whoop whoop, check, 1, 2, happy Wednesday. Whoop, hump day is in the house. I'm gonna have to say pump day is in the house. If you are ready to be pumped up, you are in the right location. I will tell you, this is wild, folks. You know, sometimes all it takes is just a little bit of time and the truth will come out. You know, whether you're still thinking this is some psyop, whether you're still thinking Brian Koberger is a Fed, whether you are thinking perhaps we are watching something play out like Whitsec, that these were really not victims, they were hidden from the public for who knows what. I'm telling you, I believe, in my humble opinion, and I have the ability to think logically, that unfortunately 4 people did pass on. Unfortunately, this is not some big, huge psyop. Maybe an operation within this horrible atrocity. But I guarantee you, the more time goes by, the more facts, the more evidence we see come out and line up. And if you have not seen my videos lately, I'm Phoenix. Welcome to my stream. This may not be the stream for you if you do not like thinking outside of the narrative that's been fed to us, especially in the Idaho 4 case. So, what do? We avoid the rumors, we rise above assumptions, we stay curious, asking the questions, and we think with open minds. So every question here matters, every angle is welcome. Nothing here is off limits because we do have the freedom of speech. I've got a banner up there for speculation and alleged thoughts. And if this is you that thinks this way, welcome home. I'm Phoenix, your host, and I'm going to spark the fire with curiosity. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a question. I usually like to start my stream with a little bit of fun, icebreakers. And today we have a little bit of a wind down. We're going to review some things, but I'm going to show you something that will rock your socks. I'm going to welcome everyone in, and I want you to think hard and fast, and I don't even want you to let this process in your brain. And I think it's a very easy question for everyone to answer. Were you sold on the narrative that was given to us in the mainstream media news? Yes or no? Drop it below. Kind of want to get a feel. If you've never been on my stream before, let me know where you are tuning in from. And who is the furthest away? I know we've got some new UK followers. Welcome into the house. And, I'm going to grab me a drink of water. Hold on. Nothing like drinking 8 to 10 ounce glasses of water a day. I'm telling you, I get at least 7 in. I've been doing better with my water, better with my health. I am excited to what the future holds, especially for 2026, since we are so close to the end of the year. Guys, I don't know, but my last few lives, my last few videos have been gaining traction, not just on the Tickety Talk streets, but here on YouTube. And I'm surprised they are not as viral as they should be. If you know what I know, you know what I mean. So Caleb, welcome in, one of my trusty mods. Hello, I'm going to drop some fireballs today. Hello, Lulu Bell. Good to see you back. Yeah, lay off that Irish coffee. Have a few lemon, something offset with lemon with coffee. Yum. I used to put fresh squeezed lemon in my mushroom coffee. Good morning, Les, my other trusty mod. And I've got one more hanging around here. And no talkie before coffee. Good to see you. How is it on your side of the world? Freezing. For all of you in these storms, I am wishing you warm wishes. Stay warm as much as you can. Bundle up. Matter of fact, I think I need to put some socks on here in Arizona. It's crazy. A little bit of cold this morning. Sunny's good, but we haven't had a few days in eastern Pennsylvania. Good. I'm enjoying the sun while I can. Hello, Dina. Rebecca, big winner. I wonder what you bought with your $25 Amazon gift card. Don't forget, Friday is another $25 giveaway until Christmas. We will be doing that to give back to our little close-knit community. Let's see who else is in the house. Amanda B., my other amazing, freaking phenomenal mod. Good to see you here. 1-1, good to see you here. Thanks for coming back in. Becca, true to it, welcome in. Senor Wazinski. All right, Mike, welcome in. Nona Ryan, good to see you. Ink Mama, good to see you. Hello, hello. It's good to see everybody. We've got some OGs in the house. Brenda, hello. Amanda, you need to take a couple days off. That's for sure. I agree. She needs a rest day, rest and recuperate. Miss Anonymous, because you know what? Amanda is so fabulous at what she does. She is on the ball, just like Caleb. All right, let's do this. I think I may have missed you. Jennifer, welcome in. Joey, welcome in. All right, Ronnie, welcome in. Welcome, everyone. Every single one of you, welcome in. Mushroom coffee. Oh, heck yeah. What is it? Oh my gosh. Okay. Now, I'm not a big influencer, by the way, but I will tell you, I drink, God, I'll have to grab it real quick. What the heck? It's mushroom coffee. It's like, hold on. It comes in an orange bag over at Sprouts. Does anybody know which one I'm talking about? Orange package. It's mushroom coffee. It's called Four Sigmatic Focused. It's organic coffee with lion mane and chaga mushrooms for mental clarity and focus energy. This is what I drink, especially after the stroke. I think this has really helped me in the last few years. I don't drink it every day, but I drink it a little bit. Hold on, let me grab it for you. This is what I drink. This coffee, oh my gosh. That coffee is the bomb, Liz. I'm telling you. And I always tag them. Yeah. Can you believe that it's $1 billion tonight in the Powerball? So, I have somebody that always says you can't win unless you get a ticket. So make sure you buy at least 1 to 3 tickets. I got 3 tickets tonight. Good. I pray that you win, Joey, wherever you are. I pray that you win some type of money. Only one time, I almost won $50,000. I was one number off, and they were my picks. Rise is a mushroom coffee, hands down. Okay, well, I've never heard of Rise. Sprouts has their own brown. I love mushrooms. Yeah, it's strong. I'm telling you, it's strong. I love sauteed mushrooms. My husband loves a good mushroom burger. I drink mushroom coffee too. Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, this stuff is pretty good. It's chaga for better focus and immune support, and then it has the again, this is the coffee that I'm talking about. I don't drink anything else besides I do get a cold brew once in a while by Stork or Starbucks, and I add just a tiny splash to it. But this is probably the best focus, energy, gut health, stress support, immune support, positive mood. Sound like a commercial for this coffee, guys. I mean, really. It is USA organic. It's a little on the expensive side, but it's so worth it. And like I said, I don't drink it every day. I drink it like every other day, every 3 days. Tastes good, quality's good, values overall good. I mean, you can't beat it. So there you go. And I do make it look exactly like that. I like a lighter creamer. So doesn't it mellow you out? Well, I don't know. Yeah, they sell it at Sprouts. They sell it at most stores. They sell it online. As a matter of fact, they sell it on the TikTok shop. I think I've made a video before on my TikTok shop. So, yeah, you could do it cold or hot. You can do it however you want, but I like a good creamer. I like a really good creamer. Sometimes I'll make my own. Does it give you a lot of energy? I drink cafe mocha creamer. I like the caramel or right now peppermint, chai. Yeah, chai's good too. I like creamer in my coffee too. So, all right, Caleb, you need to join Instagram. Get in there with the mods. Definitely. I'll have to try this Sprouts brand. Yeah, try something. Just something for a little bit of taste, something different. So definitely. I'm not a coffee drinker unless it's a frappe. I can't do all that sugar, guys. Cinnamon rolls pretty good. Sometimes I just put cinnamon. I can't do a lot of sugar, but sometimes instead of doing like a sugar creamer, I'll just put a little whip on top. So, but I see you guys. I see you. And speaking of I see you, we see you. We see you. Y'all, some days. Are you ready to get into it? No talkie before coffee. Okay. I have an air fryer. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. Wow. If you guys didn't catch this, I have got a crazy video that I have made for you. Not too crazy. Listen to the sounds. We'll get into it. All right, you all. So I just made that quick little video. This video, I'm going to just let it keep playing. Let it keep playing. Does anybody know what's going on in this video? Yes, honey and my tea. Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Hunter and Dylan and Bethany. So just keep these noises in mind because the gauging is what we really needed in the first place.
So thanks to Jules, she got this video at 11:30 a.m. This truck comes.
Okay, that truck just, okay, that's the same truck.
This truck comes in.
No,
listen to that sound, folks. So, oh my goodness. Did you guys hear that? Busted is not enough to say that. Who is that? I don't know who that is. I don't know. Yeah, I can make it bigger. Let's see if this will work. So I've got the first video on the left at 3 o'clock in the morning. Listen to it. It's driving down the back to Taylor. Then the other video is of the truck leaving. So it comes in at 2 minutes. Even though we don't know whose truck that is, I mean, people can suspect here, right? People can suspect. We can only say that we see you, we hear you, but who do you think that truck belongs to? I mean, we could speculate it all day long, right? And we will, because here's the deal. If we know, did the defense know? Did the police know? Did they investigate all these leads? Did they investigate the leads? The leads that not just the public sees. Did they investigate? So here we go again. Listen to, thank you, JLR. Listen to all these details, all these clues that tell us who this possibly could be. Here we go. Volume up.
5977, are you going to be issuing?
Now that looks like a different type of truck to me. I mean, I don't know if you guys notice this.
5977, are you going to be issuing?
This is a lifted truck, much sounding different truck than the other truck we've seen. So that, yep, absolutely, Brenda. We can't assume who we know who this is. We can only speculate. These are two separate trucks. This truck may have been the one parked up on the hill that night. This truck does sound different. However, I've heard this truck before in other footage. I know that I've heard this. And I think, let me pull up the video that I think I heard it. Hold on a minute. Let's see if this is actually it. I am very curious. I just thought about it. Now that's not a truck. I think I remember at 4:17, it sounds like something like that coming in. Let me go back. I think it was around that time frame. Wasn't it around that time frame? There's a truck that sounds like that comes in. Let me see where it went. That sounds like that Subaru. Hold on a second. That's a regular car. Where have we heard this truck before? Definitely not. Right there. That looks like a truck. At 4 o'clock in the morning, that looks like a truck. At 4 o'clock in the morning, at 4 o'clock in the morning, at 4 o'clock in the morning. Doesn't that sound like the truck that I just shared with you? Doesn't it? At 4 o'clock in the morning. Does to me, in my humble opinion.
Here comes the
It's going to come back on. I
hunter
cut the
and Dylan and
audio.
Bethany. So just keep these noises in mind because the gauging is what we really needed in the first place.
Here it is leaving.
It's a vehicle. Okay, that truck just okay. That's the same truck.
The same truck that just came in for just a few minutes, 30 minutes before the 911 call was made. 30 minutes. At 4 o'clock, this truck, I believe, leaves. I don't know when it got there, but it does definitely leave. So take a listen once again. I believe that's the same truck. Don't you think that some of this would have been brought into prosecution? They're saying that was the DoorDash driver. Was it the DoorDash driver? Did they have a truck like this truck? That was a different truck than the one up on the hill for sure, going by Taylor. So 2 trucks. Did they ever investigate whose 2 trucks these were? No coincidence. Fire cam video PTSD. I don't know what that is. Amazing. They will look at different states for a while. A white Elantra, but nothing for this black pickup. Thank you, Ken. Thank you. We are all know that signature sound. Free Brian Koberger. Watch the dumpster cam. There is a truck that passes. There was a pass by a loud truck. What time? Do you remember America First? That's interesting. The same one at the grub truck. Now, I think that might be a different truck. Now, guys, I know that there is a lot of trucks in this area. Truck people, we're truck people. Grub truck. Let me see. It passes by. I don't remember hearing that truck. Let me see if there's any other truck. Black truck. In any of these videos. Let's see if anybody caught any of these videos. This is the one that I remember.
Surveillance. This comes from Brian Enton's Twitter. It says full surveillance video appears to show Kaylee and
I remember that one, that video of the truck. I'm just trying to remember this video. That's when JLR drives around, so that's not on the night. Grub truck. I remember the closed caption audio. I don't remember hearing it there. I remember hearing it. What did you tell Adam video? Let me see if that's got the audio.
What did you say to Adam? I told Adam everything.
Okay, that was one. You can barely hear it in the background. I don't, other than this, here it is. Let me see if this has got it. Nope.
an update on the
I'm going
surveillance.
through all these videos just to see if we can catch that footage somewhere else. I have gone through all this footage just to see if there is another truck. I don't think they showed it. It's on Fox News. Let me go see if I could see Fox News footage. Let's see. Oh, I think I slept funny. My neck is hurting me. You know how like when you got a neck ache and it hurts so bad you get a headache? Let's see, new footage release.
This close surveillance video shows what appears to be two of the murdered Idaho College students walking around downtown Moscow hours before they were killed in their off-campus home.
Fox News correspondent Matt Finn is in Idaho as the father of one of the students speaks about the new video.
New surveillance video obtained by Fox News Digital came from a property not far from where I'm standing here in downtown Moscow, Idaho. This new video shows Kaylee Gonzalez and her best friend Madison Mogan just hours before they were murdered on November 13th. The father of Kaylee Gonzalez tells Fox News the video shows the girls walking from the corner bar to the grub truck just hours before their deaths. It's not confirmed, but it sounds as if one of the girls asks the other about a man named Adam, which Kaylee's father suggests was their bartender that night, who at this hour, he says, is cleared by police.
We've had that film for a while. I believe the business reached out to us directly, and after they had given it to the police. So it was kind of comforting to us because it's just two girls having a good time talking about, asking about their bartender and just being girls on their way to the grub truck.
This new video does show the young woman walking with a man in a hoodie that appears to resemble the same person in the original food truck video from the night. Police maintain that man is not a suspect right now. Police continue to ask the public to be on the lookout for that 2011 through 2013 white Hyundai Elantra. They tell us it was there the night of the murders. Here is murder victim Kaylee Gonzalez's father talking about law enforcement's latest search for that car.
They've kind of informed us through communications that they've checked all the easiest paths. So like if this individual had this car registered to his name and it was just something very quick that they could just look up in the area and go right to his house. They've done all the due diligence there. They've done all that. So now they're reaching out and they're going to look to the community to see if this individual borrowed this car.
And police tell me that they don't know the license plate or the driver of that car. And at this hour, so far, the car and the driver has not surfaced. In Moscow, Idaho, Matt Finn, Fox News.
All right. Well, thank you, Fox News, for that bit of information. There was something I came across that was very interesting. Now, remember, we're going to rise above the rumors, but there is a Substack that talks about the Quinn Kelly drug conspiracy. Now, we do not know whose truck this was. I looked at the state's exhibit list. There was a Ford black truck that was parked around there. I guarantee you that was probably not a Ford black truck, and a silver Ford SUV with Washington plates. But this black Ford truck had 1A plates. Don't know if it's related, just to let you know. But in this conspiracy theory of Quinn Kelly drug conspiracy, I'll get into the White Elantra in a minute since the guy mentioned it. And this person on Substack said, I only started looking into the QK thanks to a reliable tip that suggested I should. It dragged me down some rabbit holes. Drag me down some rabbit holes. Now, this is House Inhabit, Media for the People, by the People, and it is by Jessica Reed Krause. This was May 25th, 2023, that spring, almost into summer, after the murders happened. So just so you guys know who it is. Now, I only started looking into it. Then it says, I posted on Instagram asking to connect with anyone who might have information on Quinn Kelly. One email stood out. A young woman wrote to inform me that a source she was in contact with back in January was desperately trying to reach me and share information on his findings, but failed. Apparently, he had insight into Quinn Kelly and Emma Bailey, a subplot he uncovered long before TikTok was on it. He messaged me regarding a tip in January, email quoted, people were trying to reach you in January about Quinn. So this guy's tweet handle below was tracked by Moscow police chief. Now, I don't know who in the world had contact with Moscow police chief and leaked it, because there was clearly some type of gag order in place, which we still don't know who the leak was. By the way, I don't even know any update in that investigation. It kind of silently went away when the plea deal happened. But we had some exchanges. He shared pictures of Quinn in a mask in a truck with a knife. Okay. There were additional people involved with this entire crime. There were connections to a corrupt police department, and then this guy's Twitter was suspended. Everything was gone. Hence, the replies below are gone. I gave him your handle to contact you directly back in January. He has all the information. Hopefully, he has contacted you. Second message when I asked him how I can connect with him. I was really hoping he contacted you. He's wiped clean. He had too much knowledge, and he said the PD in Moscow were tracking him and threatening him. Who could this have been? Somebody who knew Dylan, Quinn, and maybe people in the house? He mentioned there was another suicide that was really a homicide, and I think they are referencing maybe Hannah. We've talked about Hannah Claire for a long time in the beginning, a female at the university. You might have luck reaching him or people with knowledge of him on Substack. Now, these DM screenshots from January source trying to reach me. It's not easy to get in touch with you. I don't know her personally. Her name is Jessica Krause with @House Inhabit. You were right. There's another killer, another weapon. There's a concern about sealing the house. I think they need to go look at the fraternity row. Something is not right. Now, no, I have been keeping up with post news theories. It's a feeling. Something big is happening. You can feel it. I sent you screenshots this evening from some reporters. I think drugs was a role in all of this. So then, fact check. FBI wasn't heavily involved. They played a supporting role. Now, I think perhaps the FBI was playing a supporting role for sure. Okay. If you guys just got here, hit the like button, please. Thumbs up, subscribe. You're not going to want to miss these updates for sure. And hopefully, I've got finally an answer back from a FOIA of mine, not only from ISP, but from MPD. Yeah, we are currently living in 1984. So when you look at this, a few of you stated in the comments on the last post FBI had taken over the case. That's not true. Moscow Police Department was the lead investigation, aka Payne was supposed to be, but per all the reports, it looks like Blaker was. Now remember, Blaker's role in this whole entire investigation is he has a little substation, police station inside the university. I've gone over this in detail. He has about 4 people involved in this little substation at the university. And then it goes on to say, as I understand, they managed the tip line early on, which they did. They wanted all the information. They needed to know exactly what was going on. And then they filtered some of that information to Moscow Police Department. First police mistake, contacting police chief. First mistake. Remember, Chief Fry, as I told you, never entered the crime scene. Now, this is very interesting, folks, because when I just found this Substack last night, I didn't even think about it, but here is the picture I was looking for everywhere with this individual's picture, that when the police are talking to them, she looks scared shitless. Like this girl's bedroom must have been on the backside, in my humble opinion. That is speculation and alleged. But this is freaking wild. This is the newspaper picture that was captured at the time because the news cameras went all around there. That is the picture I was looking for. This is the security cam right here. It is not a Ring camera. It's some type of Temu security camera, in my humble opinion. And this is exactly what I was looking for the other day. And it popped up and I was like, dang, that was pretty intense. So you guys want a close-up picture? There it is. There is a close-up picture. Now, when they are being questioned, this is what we see. Now, I'm no expert at body language, but I want you to take a look at this picture close if you can. Officer Schneider is talking to the guy and the girl. That is not the girl who left with the long blonde hair. The guy is looking onward like, yeah, I'm not going to give you any information. The other one's a little questionable. I don't know what this girl's trying to explain. I think she's in charge of the security camera. And the girl on the right is, in my humble opinion, in super shock land. She is in trauma. And I see you. I see you. That is the face of, I don't know what to say in front of my friends. I don't feel comfortable saying what I heard. She looks probably the most scared. She heard what was going on. If not, she even looked out her window and probably maybe even saw what was going on. But in my humble opinion, that face is the face of shock to me. Now, when you go back to the Substack, there's some other pictures in there. There's other rumors and theories. And, you know, some of these rumors and theories are now been confirmed as we go further along in the case. There is, yeah, exactly, Caleb. Now, this is more frozen shock phase. Get me out of here. No one wants to tell the truth except for me. I'm outnumbered type of idea. And that's my humble opinion. And girl, if you ever come across my stream and you are watching this, I see you. I know, I see you. And I hear you. You don't even have to speak. But I want you guys to remember, when you're outnumbered in a group like that and you're in tight and you've made a commitment, an oath, you're not getting out of it anytime soon. It's just to get through it, in my humble opinion. I could not imagine, Monique. I could not imagine. No. I don't know. You know what? If you think about this, Dina, sorry. If you think about this for 1 second, we don't know in that area who called 911. I think someone delayed called because they didn't know what to do. And at 2:52 in the audio, if you go back and listen to the Linda Lane, not the Linda Lane, the 1112 camera, if you could hear that on the camera facing the other way, can you imagine in that, I mean, just in that house alone, that back window, that back room to that house, it is very possible that they saw that. They heard that. You just don't know. You know, there is an aerial, and let me grab this. I want you guys to see this because a lot of people were confused of the layout, and I got some great footage. I'm sure this has gone around before. Remember, there are some new people watching these videos that are not familiar with this case as good as others. And I will tell you, there is a aerial footage of this, and I want you guys to see this because it's so important. There was a news segment that did a drone view. Let me just pull it up again. They did a drone view, and you can see this layout is so freaking amazing. Let me just find the video real quick. Where is it? 2021, 22. Hold on, here it is. This is pretty impressive. So this aerial view, that is 1122 right here. I'm going to stop it and I'm going to show you a few things because a lot of people have been asking me. All right. They're pulling out. Queen is to the left. The Queen apartments are right to the left. 1118 is right down to the right screen. Okay. And I'm going to go back one step. This is the 1118 right next to the security camera 1112 that is on the front of this house. And then it goes over to the 1118. Do you see that back door, this little back door? I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, but I hope so. See this little back door? That is one way into this house. Another way is off to the side of this house where all the melted snow is in the middle of the right-hand screen. There's another door here. So remember, there's two other ways out of this house, not being on camera. And then 30 yards, I would say about 30 to 35 feet away from the front door at 1112, maybe 50 yards to the back deck. But this aerial view shows you exactly what was in the area. And this was after the fact. There's a memorial that was placed out there with teddy bears and flowers and cards, investigators walking all around, reporters. This is the backyard view. And this was done 2 years ago. And it looks like it was loaded on January 5th, 2023. So not too long, but long enough. And I don't know when they actually took this video. You could see the back footprints. I think it might have been the day after, the day before. I'm not sure. But you could still see footprints out there, which is really odd. So this must have been taken after the cars were pulled away. You can see the actual footprints. Now, I don't know if this was the actual day, but one footprint goes that way up to the back carport, and the other set goes down the side of the house. So I don't know when they took these, maybe the next day after they towed the cars. Not sure. And there is no audio to this since it's a drone. Now, the only thing on this footage that I wish that we could see, I don't think they pan the area where you can see over on the other side. So this is the guy down here flying the drone. I wish he would pan the area across the street so you can see King. He does a very good job, though. Yeah, I don't know, JC. We don't know. We can only speculate. I don't even know if they investigated it. Don't see anyone. But I do know that the investigators took them all the way to Boise into this investigation, all the way into the end of November, December. They were tailing people there. Even followed somebody to a hospital at St. Luke's. There's the other side. You're going to see the Queen Road apartments to the right, and you're going to see Jack Decor and Adam Landa's rental right here in the back side of the street, down in the center of this screen. And you could see where the road goes. The road goes all the way down where I showed you that truck may have been shining its lights, directly parked somewhere back here maybe. And then it goes all the way at 301. Now that truck looked like a different truck. It looked different, lifted. It didn't sound the same as the one that I showed you before. But let me see if I can get this screen. I'm going to have to take off my banner real quick. All right. Now, can you see the back road and why everyone was like, oh my gosh, this is like, you could park up there, run down the side of the hill, and be out of there in no time. This is another view of the whole entire area there. Pretty mountain view. Absolutely gorgeous. There's the back parking lot. Shoot, he went fast. This is the back parking lot. So, in my humble opinion, there's no way to park in this parking lot in the back side and have your lights shining on the house where Jack and Adam lived. There's just no way. You'd have to be parked at an angle. That's Frat Row right there. That's the other side. On the left, bottom left, is Walenta, and it turns into Taylor around the curve. And you can take another look right here into King Road. That's the curve. That's the curve. And in order for this house to be shining, they had to have parked somewhere over here around the bend for it to shine on the front of the house. Or maybe at this house parked diagonally. That is the only way. Now, in regards to Bryan Kohberger, like I said, either he is a Fed and op, he is either been framed, don't know, maybe, and I can give you a really speculative approach to this. In my humble opinion, if he was working with Pullman threw him in there. And this is all speculation, of course. Pullman threw him in there. He went with the job to do. They said he would be able to do whatever he needed to do his dissertation, PhD. Now, if that was the case, they let him go on vacation to his parents' house, knowing that he was going to play this role and they were going to pick him up. Okay? He didn't fight extradition. There was no pre-hearing. There was nothing. Nothing on him. They knew they couldn't connect him because he was on the inside, in my humble opinion. Now, if that's the way they've had to wait for years to play it out, that's the way it's happened. Because guess what happens when you go for the long play in a criminal case like this? Okay? What do? They play the long game to have the statute of limitations run out for all these families so they cannot be held accountable for any lawsuits. So they have to find new ways, in my humble opinion. I don't listen to psychics. I know who she is also, Les. I mean, you know, I was open to the idea to do the Chat GPT spirit box. I don't think it gave me anything we didn't know already. But I don't think, in my humble opinion, obviously we know by now that Brian was not part of this. The long game makes me tired too, G Whizzical. It definitely does. Absolutely. But this aerial view is what people asked for. Here's a really good one. There's the drive on the back side of Walenta. This house right here, if you can see my cursor on King Street, is in fact where JD and Adam lived. Does Adam or JD have anything to do with this? I don't know. But there is a video I want to review real quick. Speaking of body languages. So hopefully that drone information will help you understand the layout a little bit better. So this house right here, that's the white on the bottom with the gray, is the security cam. The audio facing the street. The house next to it publicly was known as Emily Allant, where that red car is turning right now. That is King Street. The mailbox guy is going to Walenta on the backside. And that'll give you kind of an idea. The red car is now going through 1122, where the guy that's flying the drone is, going to Queen Road. And you can kind of see the layout, how close the frat row was to the other side. So when you watch a video and you see cars driving this way, you kind of get an idea that they were headed towards frat row. And hopefully this is the best view right here. Now, if you can see this view, you've struck gold. You can see that the house that JD and Adam and his other frat brothers lived in had a straight shot to look into the back balcony over where Kaylee and Maddie, that was her bedroom right there. The 1118 house had a clear shot of listening. The next house to it, where Emily and Josie lived, had a 30, maybe 35-yard walk to the front door from their back door. And that gives you an overview. This house, this blue one, that's a split 2-story. It looks like it's half 2-story and then the other half, maybe even 3-story. I think somebody in there heard the noise and called 911. I believe so. And there is the whole layout. Great picture right here of the Queen Roads too. Excellent layout. So that gives you an idea of the backside of this hill that has no fence, that anyone could have parked back here. The light shining onto this house, either here, and then they came around, and then you see them on the Banfield. No other truck house leaves at 301. No other truck in a house. No one else comes and goes at about that time frame either. So that's that mystery solved. And it's right behind. Yes, it is. That hill has no fence. We saw it on Snyder's body cam yesterday. He went up and down that hill. There were 2. I don't know if I should have showed you guys. Hold on one second. After I showed you the video, I was looking at something, and you guys are going to laugh at me, but that's okay. I'll laugh with you. All right. Snyder's body cam when he goes behind. Hold on a minute. Let me grab it. When he was it 5? I think it's 5. Hold on. Which one is it? Maybe it's 3. Body cam 3. Hold on. Dang it. 6. It's 6 because he walks over to Jimmy and Adams. Hold on. No, maybe it's not. Which one is it where he goes? Is it 2? He goes and walks up behind Adams, climbs up the backside of the hill. Shoot, did I miss it? Hold on a minute. Which one is it? 3 or 2? I think it's 2. I think it's 1. Dang, I can't remember which one it is. It's not 1, is it? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, here it is. Watch this. Okay, he's already found 1 solo cup, like at the party. Now, I'm not saying that was from the party, but he's already found 1. Watch this.
Hello.
Okay, so I think that is Adam, in my humble opinion. And Snyder, look at this. Snyder, he pulls up. Snyder takes a picture, and look what's in the road. Another solo cup. I was like, you got to be kidding me. He finds the red solo cup in the back, and then Adam is parked under it, moves.
Yeah.
Takes a picture, and there's another red solo cup that he was parked on top of. How can that be? Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. So let's get back to the body language. I want you guys to watch this with me. This was freaking and I want you guys to give me your opinion. This video has been shared a million times, I know, but we're going to look at something from a different light real quick. I want you to focus on Jack Ducour's body language. Now, I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying he's done anything wrong. They've already cleared him. I just want you to know, focus on Jack Ducour's body language. Some of this is redacted. It is not on mute. So just bear with me.
Yeah. Thank you. No, you're good.
He walks up and then he walks over to Dylan. I put it on a little slower, and I'm going to put captions on real quick. It is on 0.75 because I want you to watch this really close. Watch his body language. Watch his hands. We can't see his face, but watch his hands as Dylan talks to him.
In the main room, this is one of the...
He's got a closed fist on both of his hands. I don't think, in my humble opinion, that Jack Ducour even trusts Dylan by his body language.
Pretty much, they were in the main room. I heard them dancing and laughing. Kaylee went upstairs and just screamed because someone from the room should have ran downstairs. And
Now, she has not told him the status of Kaylee. She has not said anything about Xana, about Ethan, and he is grasping at his fingers like, in my humble opinion, he doesn't really trust her. His feet are open. Just, let's watch.
I kept calling her name and she wouldn't answer. When I saw the guy, I swapped the door and I said, we don't know what's going on.
Can you come here with me, please?
I don't think she said she fell down the stairs. Hold on.
Upstairs, me and my friend dancing and laughing. Kaylee went upstairs and she screamed because someone was in the room and she ran downstairs. And I kept calling her name and she wouldn't answer. And I saw the guy. I swapped the floor and then I ran downstairs. We know what's going on.
Can you come here with me, please?
Okay, that was one part. I wanted you to watch his body language. So I want you to watch. They put him in the car. Okay, he's looking confused, doesn't know what's going on. Nobody has clued him on anything. He's obviously curious. He wants to know what's going on.
They're warmer. Okay. I know she was barefoot, so I was hoping to get something for her, but thank you very much. Thanks, boss.
And here's my take on Dylan standing out there with no shoes. Okay? Here's my take. She's standing.
Yeah, 1 second, man.
No jacket, no shirt. And this was 30 minutes, almost 40 minutes after the truck leaves. I think maybe that truck dropped her back off. And when she left the house in a hurry, she didn't have shoes and she didn't have a jacket. She wasn't even prepared to be dressed properly because I think she left the house in a rush. That is my opinion. Bethany, I don't think she was there when they called. I think her phone was left in the house, in my humble opinion. And if it was, who was on her phone all night, just like Xana's phone? So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. There's 416 people here, 113 likes. Even if you're just a looky-loo, hit that button, thumbs up, please. Thanks. Watch his body language. He doesn't know what's going on. I believe.
Yeah, 1 second, man. Let me just grab all your guys' info.
One hand behind his back. That, to me, signals he doesn't know what's going on. That's a defense mechanism. You're being vulnerable.
They're warmer. Okay. I know she was barefoot, so I was hoping to get something for her, but thank you very much.
Okay, and let's watch the next clip. So he's still standing around with his hands behind his back. I don't know if it's cold, but usually it's a layer of suspension, like restraint. He's trying to restrain himself. Maybe he was angry or frustrated. There's an internal conflict, anxiety or fear response. Like I said, I'm no expert, but this is just something that I saw in him. And because I noticed, I'm ex-military, from a military standpoint, usually you put your hands behind your back. It's a posture of control. And that controlled posture, even one hand, even if you stand at parade rest, you've got both your hands behind your back, you're open, you're ready. So with his fist clenched, he's trying to control his feelings and kind of that internal pressure when you push against your hands. I may be wrong, but this is just something that I have noticed. Okay. Now, the hand behind the back, everybody said, oh, maybe he's hiding an injury, an item, or I think it's an emotion he didn't want to be revealed. And hiding something behind your back is something unspoken, withheld, or concealed. Maybe he's in shock. He doesn't know what's going on. He's trying to restrain himself, especially if you watched him when he talked with Dylan. He gets very frustrated with her. I think maybe it was a little bit of anger, discomfort, maybe even resentment in a high stress situation. And that's what I observed. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but one of the things that kept coming to my mind is that, you know, he's not being questioned yet. He doesn't feel pressured or judged. And when you get into that type of position, he's like really frustrated, in my humble opinion, with Dylan. So let's watch the rest of his body language because this gets interesting. Now, I fast forwarded to where they put him in the car, and I want you to watch his hands, okay? Watch his hands. He does look nervous, but I want you to say, I want you to not say, I want you to see how his hands, he talks with his hands. Let me pull this up. Okay, here.
I forgot you're here, man. Do you still want to hang out here?
I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Watch his hands.
I don't know how much I'm allowed to.
He doesn't know how much he can disclose, but remember, he's been sitting in the back of the police car. I don't know if Nunes turned down the radio chatter, but if he's in the back of this car and he can see what's happening around him and hear what's going on inside, I'm sure that perhaps he's maybe heard something already.
We're processing what's going on in the scene. As soon as we know for sure, we can tell you guys what's going on. We absolutely will. I know it sucks to be in the dark with this, but okay. And what's your relationship again? I know we're able to fill you in on what's going on. We'll let you know, okay? Like I said, you're welcome to get out at any point. If you want to hang out in here, you can because it's warm. If not, if you want to hang out with them, you're gonna hang out outside too. Okay. Tell you what, I'll just crack the door. I'll try to not lock it on you. So yeah. Water. We can start. Yeah, we can see if somebody can bring some of that stuff by. Okay.
Okay, so obviously it's cold. They want him back, but did you hear what he said?
We know for sure. We can tell you guys what's going on. We absolutely will. I know it sucks to be in the dark with this, but okay. And what's your relationship again?
Obviously, they muted it.
Okay. Yeah, man. As soon as I know we're able to fill you in on what's going on, we'll let you know. Okay. Like I said, you're welcome to get out at any point. If you want to hang out in here, you can because it's warm. If not, if you want to hang out with them, you're gonna hang out outside too. Okay.
Okay, so I'll just hang out in here. Okay, because it's warmer or because he doesn't want to have a confrontation with Dylan? Do you think he knows everything? Do you think there's something else that he's not telling them? He says he doesn't know anything. And didn't he just say he didn't care about his dog? Is that what I heard? Hold on. I want to go back just a minute. I don't know what I'm allowed to disclose
right now. Um, we're processing what's going on in the scene. As soon as we know for sure, we can tell you guys what's going on. We absolutely will. I know it sucks to be in the dark with this, but
What did he say? I don't know anything. What did I? That's frustrating when I can't understand. It didn't pick it up on closed caption either.
the scene. As soon as we know for sure, we can tell you guys what's going on. We absolutely will. I know it sucks to be in the dark with this, but
What he said something. It's not me. Something about it's not me.
okay.
Of course, we can't see his face and read his lips.
And what's your relationship again? Okay. Yeah, man. As soon as I know we're able to fill you in on what's going on, we'll let you. Okay. Like I said, you're welcome to get out at any point. If you want to hang out in here, you can because it's warm. If not, if you want to hang out with him, you're good to hang out outside too. Okay. Tell you what, I'll just crack the door. I'll try to not lock it on you. Maybe, yeah. Water. We can start. Yeah, we can see if somebody.
So everyone knows, but not him. He doesn't really care about the dog. He wants to know what's going on. That was a little strange with his body language. But I truly believe, I mean, like I said, I'm no expert, but I believe that he does not know.
Go back.
Okay.
I'll make some TV for
I haven't finished IDing anybody here. I'll let Shane know so you can delegate that to somebody else. Hey, boss, I got to get going to start some paperwork back at the station. So I mentioned you don't want to go with me. I'll have you stay here. And like I said, we'll let you know as soon as we can fill you in, okay?
So, you know what I find odd? I find odd that he's sitting in the back of the police car while everyone else is standing around watching and looking, right? I mean, if you think about this for one hot second, everyone is sitting around here. Dylan is behind the cop car, and JD is sitting in the back of the cop car. And I'm wondering if all the friends, all these people think that he was the one that did this. That is freaking wild. That is wild for them to think, oh, they got him. But when he's not the actual one, in my humble opinion, I don't think he did this. I don't think he was strong enough. I don't think he had the noteworthy. I don't think that anyone would do that for love, like Jack Showalter said. I don't think Jack Decor had it in himself to do something like this, in my humble opinion. However, you must take into account the residue, yes, the bullet residue and the blood found in his rental over on King Street. You cannot forget that part, because ISP, yes, folks, ISP went over there, and let me pull up the document so that you can see it for yourself. ISP went over there and they said that there was presumptive blood and residue. Now, the problem with this is even though if there was residue, okay, nowhere in the forensic reports does it ever come to any conclusion. Any conclusion. So if there was possible blood and residue in Jack D's rental with Adam Lauda, however you say his name, why did they not tell us in the final report what was the outcome of that? Because there are reports missing in the ISP forensic documents, like report number 42. Am I saying that that's the report that's missing? Yes, it is truly missing in the documents. Is that the report that links this to him? No, we don't know what number 42 is because it's gone. It's just missing. So when you think about results, I mean, let me just be honest with you folks. When you go to the doctor, do you get your test results? Drop a yes or a no. Do you get your test results online in a little app that you have? Or do you have to wait for your doctor to call and say what your results are? Or your doctor wants to schedule, to see you and go over these results? You usually do get informed, right? As the person being tested. But in this case, ISP never, ever put any of the results for this testing to come up with a conclusion in the forensic reports that have been released. Okay? So we still don't know if that was any of the victim's blood inside JD's rental, if it was linked to Adam's DNA, because we know that Jack gave his DNA. I don't know still if Adam Lauda gave his DNA. I don't know if anyone else was involved because we don't see the results to that forensic information. There's still 2 unknown DNA males. Unknown DNA males. Now, is this a smoking gun? Did Anne get this information? I mean, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, the new audio that was released, the screams were from a party. They weren't people dying. We could hear those on Linda Lane for years, folks. That just confirmed that, period, it was around 2 to 3 a.m. I don't think that the audio is that damning. However, you could hear people clearly say, stop, stop, stop. You can clearly hear people saying, no, ow, ouch. That is what my audio picked up of that video. Ow and ouch. Yes, they're not party screams. A policeman in our chat agrees. Those aren't a party screams. Welcome to the chat. If you've just arrived, put the thumbs up for me. So when you look at the evidence and you see that they did an investigation over in JD's place of living, attending school, do you think that he was aware of what happened at the time of this body cam footage? Do you see his body language now? Wondering what Dylan's going to tell them? Did Dylan even know? Was Dylan even there? I still stand by the fact that she may not even known I don't think she was actually there. I think she got out of Dodge when it began to get out of hand. Her and Bethany were picked up and dropped back off. I showed you the truck that I think that may have dropped her off. We know that Bethany arrives. She's not there when the police arrive, but all of a sudden you turn around, a car is parked, and she is there. All right? We know that no one was sleeping. We know that it wasn't quiet. The narrative they sold us is not true. And these body language clues kind of give it all away. On a scale of 1 to 10, drop a 1 if you think Jack knew nothing. Drop a 2 if you think Jack knew everything. Drop it below. Leave your thoughts. Leave your comments. Ouch. No, I don't think Love and Other Habits. I don't think that ouch was from a woman. I don't think a woman was stabbed and screamed ouch. I think that woman screamed and a man said ouch. Somebody had to have been watching. There were certain things I heard on that audio. Certain things. And of course, I'll leave with this. What, 3? Caleb, what's a 3? Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10. Sorry. You know, what I think is potentially, in my humble opinion, I think his body language gives it away. The cop didn't even ask him if he knew anything. He freely gave up. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I'm just worried about, and he points. Who did he point to? Did you guys catch him? Go back and watch the video. This is Law and Crimes video. And it's the 1122 King Road on YouTube. Like and follow, subscribe. You guys are the best in the industry. Leave a lot of love for my mods that have kept this chat very, very clean, very respectful, very quiet. I really appreciate it. So do me one favor. Share this with somebody. Make this information go viral. Someone needs to open this case back up and look at other things. Now, I do think that Ann Taylor was onto it. I do think they had enough information. I do think this truck or whoever possible dropped Dylan and Bethany back off need to be looked into. Don't you think it would bust their narrative wide open? As I say, busted. Make sure you guys hit that button. Be well. Until the next stream, we see you.
Snow is falling on the city street, a quiet beat. December air is sharp and cold, a story waiting to be told. We gather round the fading light, seeking truth to make things right. Every shore, we're knocking on justice's door. Oh, we the people hear the call, the freedom ring, stand tall. Sweet as night, our voices raise for justice in these coming days. Let truth like a river flow. silence stand the lost. We remember the cost. For the future we must build a promise to be fulfilled.